Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the madness. And for today's video, I wanted to give you guys a first look at Jean Grey's new uniform. And it stands to reason that since Jean Grey was/is already one of the best characters in the game, even without her uniform, that this uniform is a no-brainer. This is probably one of the easiest decisions you will ever have to make in Marvel Future Fight. This uniform is an absolute must-buy. A uniform that you will never live to regret purchasing unless the character gets another one. It's that big of a deal. The stat bump, the defense, the offense that she's getting in this uniform is absolutely mind-boggling. And if you care about PvP, more specifically timeline battle, and snagging yourself some wins and getting some free crystals every single week, you should look towards investing the 1,500 crystals that you need to pick up this uniform, because literally any week that she's not banned, she's going to be the face of timeline battle. Fortunately or unfortunately, however you decide to look at it, she's one of those characters that make the ban list on a semi-weekly basis. So she won't be as annoying to deal with as somebody like Carol, who you have to go up against literally every single day. So take solace in that fact. However, this uniform is still an absolute must buy. Now, I know some of you guys will immediately say, well, if I already have Jean Grey, and in most cases, the best character to use to counter a character is themselves. Most of you guys may think, well, I'll just use my Jean Grey no uniform to try and counter a Jean Grey with a uniform. Boys, that ain't gonna work, chief. That ain't gonna work. Sorry, not gonna work. This Jean Grey in this uniform is next level beast. It's a different animal altogether, boys. Once you get this uniform to Mythic, you're getting 50% more all attack. 35 from the uniform itself, and then another 15 from the bonus. Then you're gonna have 35% all defense. In addition to that, her tier 2 passive giving you a whopping 50% increase to your resistances, which means fire damage gets decreased, which means you can't use this Jean Grey to counter this Jean Grey effectively, because your fire damage, your shock damage, your cold damage, your mind damage, all that will be reduced before it even touches the damage received, which then gets reduced by 30%. So take that in, okay? You have 35% more all defense, then you have a buff to your resistances, then, oh my goodness, 30% more damage reduced, and then in addition to that, you're healing for more. Her healing is better in this uniform, so you have to go through all that to kill her once. Then once she revives, you have to do all that again. Yeah, madness, pure madness. Okay, guys, Jean Grey in this uniform is a different animal altogether. And even though I love the character, I am actually thankful that she's going to be banned a few weeks out of every month. And I hope at some point they do the same thing for Carol, even though I love her as well. Now, if you saw my first impressions video, you will immediately notice that a couple of her skills were actually now changed to being mind damage, because before I was wondering why she had mind decrease here, but none of her skills actually dealt mind damage. It didn't make any sense to me, so they actually patched that and they made a couple of her skills mind based. Immediately, some of you guys may be wondering, does that mean I should give her a mind damage obelisk? Honestly, I don't think so. After testing Jean Grey extensively for the past few hours, like 6 or 7 hours, none of her skills really hit that hard to warrant an elemental obelisk. So because of that, I actually removed the fire obelisk that I had on her, right? And I gave her a CTP of destruction, because this way I can use her in PvE and in PvP, right? However, honestly, after testing her, she's starting to feel more and more like Thanos, because she has a lot of skills. Basically, all of her skills can be cancelled and you'll still get the full effect in terms of damage, which means, oh my goodness, I hate when I have to say it, but she may actually be one of those characters that perform most optimally with a CTP of Rage. Yeah, unfortunately. Also, one thing that I have to point out is the fact that Netmarble actually, during that patch, they removed the 70% attack proc that was on her Revelation tier 3 skill. I'm not sure why they did that, because that was listed in the patch notes, which means that was something that was intended to be there. And the fact that they patched her and removed it without saying anything kind of seems shady to me, but I'm not going to say too much about it just yet, because I'm not sure if they tested her after the fact and realized that she was just way too strong with that 70% attack proc. And since not too many people have her at tier 3 yet, they didn't jump the gun after seeing that attack proc and then tier 3 her for that reason. Hopefully now you guys look at the tier 3 and still decide whether or not you want to tier 3 her with the proc not being there. Right? For me, still gonna happen with or without the proc, but some kind of confirmation as to why they removed it would have been nice. Anyways, boys, we're gonna take her into a little bit of gameplay today so you guys can see. This is just the first impressions. Once we get her up to tier 3 and we see just how hard this skill hits, it will tell me whether or not Rage is ideal or something like a CTP of Energy would be best. We'll see, boys. Anyways, let's jump into a little bit of gameplay, and you guys can help me decide, man. Let me know if you already got her to tier 3, if you're one of the lucky people who got her potential maxed out day 1, because there's always those people, right? Let me know how she's been panning out for you. For me, so far the damage seems good, definitely better, because without the uniform I was doing 33, 34. Now I can do 40, right? And that's because of the fact that she's getting way more all attack with the uniform. Now, one thing that still puzzles me about this uniform is the fact that after all this time, we finally got a Jean Grey that has mind damage in her kit, like a lot of people wanted, but she has no mind control. Given the fact that she's an Omega level telepath, you would think that mind control would come with that, no? It's quite interesting, the approach that Netmarble took with this uniform, right? It's still a great uniform, and they gave her quite a lot, but I guess they couldn't give her everything, right? Which is understandable. I guess not every character that's a really good or really powerful telepath can have mind control, because before you know it, it will get so watered down and it will kind of lose its prestige, if you will. Because then, for example, Cable is a telepath, Strife is a telepath, right? Just imagine Cable with mind control. Imagine if Cable could just like mind control you to stand still for 10 seconds while he shot you with that big ass gun. Like that, how cheap would that be? Right? So yeah, I guess I can see why. No, I can't see why. Jean Grey should have mind control. Give me mind control, damn it. Anyways, but yeah, there's so much going on the screen right now. It's absolutely insane, because you can literally just cancel out all the skills and just get the full effect, and there's just so much going on. So we just go 5, 4, 2, 1, and then just walk away, and it's just pure chaos. Yeah, I feel like Rage, this is just screaming Rage CTP to me. Yeah, that's all I'm seeing right here. It's just 5, 4, 2, 1, and just walk away if the 3 is not on. Like, seriously. But I feel like I can't tell if there's lag or if he's just blurring the screen with her animations. Like, it's very strange. It's very strange. And to be honest, I don't particularly like playing her like this, because it doesn't really require any like skill or timing or anything, right? Okay, I'm not gonna die, so relax, guy. I'm healing for like 8,000. Jeez. I love the fact that her heal is based on the damage that she received. So it fluctuates, which is, I guess sometimes it's kind of like dicey, because your HP will get really low and then you're like, damn, I wish I could heal 8,000 right now, but I only healed for like 1,000. But when you need it, it comes in very, very handy. She's much harder to die with this uniform. That's for damn sure. Let's go, buddy. Let's actually not get him killed, though. Oh, really? I thought he were gonna spin. I hate this guy so much. He's so unpredictable. Oh my goodness. Yo, I can't see anything that's going on. I'm literally like, the only way I can track her is by her HP, like her HP bar, and sometimes it just gets so blurry that you can't even see that even. Oh my goodness. Yeah, look how blurry that was. Oh my goodness. And that's not even because of the quality of the video or anything. It's just, or maybe it's just my eyes, bro. Maybe I'm going blind. Like, I'm just going blind because of how awesome Jean Grey's skills look now. No, but for real, like, it's sad that, oh my goodness, I can't see anything, bro. It's sad that this is how she plays now, to be honest with you. And it looks like I might actually run out of time if I don't, like, maybe I'm not playing her right. I don't know. You guys hit me up in the comments. Let me know how you are playing your Jean Grey, because this is how I'm playing my Jean Grey. And yeah, this isn't necessarily fun, but it's more damage than she had previously, right? So it definitely justifies the purchase of the uniform. Literally the only time you need to let any skill play out is if you need an iframe to hide in from damage. You can literally just spam. Oh my goodness. What do you do, bro? I don't even know what this guy's doing. And she's so tanky now. My goodness. Like, I don't know how many times I've gotten hit with the blade twister in this match, but it doesn't even matter because she literally cannot die. Like, I dare say she's probably tankier than Thanos, and that bastard is a super ultra mega tank. But you guys can see for yourself, man. Jean Grey in this uniform is an animal, literally an animal. Look, I'm literally standing in front of Cull Obsidian, like, webbed up, not webbed up, but snared up, and he couldn't freaking kill me. Anyways, boys, we're gonna wrap it up right here, man. Just wanted to give you guys a first look at Jean Grey. It is definitely a beast of a uniform. The fact that I was able to literally just button mash my way through stage 40 against Cull Obsidian speaks volumes, because that is not something that you can do with a lot of level 60 characters currently in this game. And it only goes one way for her, and that's up, right? Just imagine the kind of DPS I'm going to be able to get out of her with a CTP of Rage, or just with her at level 70, tier 25, or tier 3. It's absolutely insane. If any of you guys got her to tier 3 before they removed the 70% proc, let me know what kind of like loss of DPS you guys suffered now that the proc is no longer there. Please feel free to hit me up in the comments, man. I'd love to know. I wish I was one of the people who got her to tier 3 immediately so I could see how much the damage actually changed, because maybe I'd actually be really upset about it. But for now, I'm kind of like up in the air. Like, I'm saying it's shady, but since I wasn't like directly affected by it, and since it was patched basically within a few hours, I don't know how to feel about it right now. Still shady move, no doubt. Anyways, man, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.